Hi Etsy entrepreneurs. So today's subject is why you should be selling on Etsy. Well, I say Etsy entrepreneurs, obviously some of you are, could be, should be, want to be Etsy entrepreneurs because you'll want to find out why you should be selling on Etsy. First thing I'm going to say is the title of that is totally wrong. Why you must be selling on Etsy. I found it a fantastic platform and I really encourage you to sell on Etsy, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's get on with it. So back in 2020, Statistica, they're a really respected company who produce statistics, as you obviously know from their name. They produced some figures on Etsy, and they basically revealed that there were 81 million active buyers on Etsy. So a lot of people think Etsy's tiny. It's the third largest online marketplace here in the UK. So 81 million buyers, and that word active, you know, these are people who actually bought, and this is in 2020. That's when the last figures are available from. Now, here's a very interesting figure. They also revealed that were 4.1 million sellers. So, hang on, 4.1 million sellers, yeah. So that works out at 19.75 million buyers to every one seller. That's pretty impressive, huh? Well, I think that's a very good reason you should be selling on Etsy. Back in 2000, I'd sold a business which I'd been running for the previous 8 years, and I said to my wife, what should we do now? And I said, oh, do you know, I fancy selling antiques. I do these crazy things, I jump in at the deep end, I've never sold antiques before, just like buying them. So I said, yeah, we're going to do antiques and collectibles. And we didn't want to have a shop as such, so we started doing selling at online at markets, and we got a couple of units in antique centres. And then we said, it's great, it's growing, but we need to find a way of increasing this. Now, what did we do? We jumped on eBay. eBay was still quite young in those days, only been going for about 5 years, and we started selling on eBay, and things really took off. So why am I talking about eBay when this video is about Etsy? Well, fast forward 10 years, or a bit before that, my wife said to me, what can we do now? We've got to increase this. She said, what about selling on Etsy? And I said, Etsy, no, I can't see that. No, it's not worth it. Well, believe me, she was right, because we now have several Etsy shops. We've had Etsy shops selling lighting, selling obviously antiques was our first one. We've had shops selling jewellery, books, even religious items, crucifixes and religious statues. They sold great on Etsy. So, and we've made massive amounts of money. I mean, the biggest shop at the moment has taken nearly £47,000. And if you put together several shops, which is a great tip, you can make a very nice living. So that's why I think you should be selling on Etsy. But if we go back to figures again, eBay by comparison sales have been pretty flat for many years, and in fact in 2019, according to Statistica again, their sales actually dropped by 5%. So okay, we've had lockdown, COVID, all this horrible thing that we've all been going through, and we couldn't get out. So in 2020, their sales were bound to jump because we had to buy online. We couldn't go to the shops. They were shut, basically, apart from your absolute essentials. So in 2020, sales on eBay leapt by 16.9%, which, let's be honest, that's a big amount of money. That's a lot of money. But this was the first time that eBay had seen any real growth for years and years. So what about Etsy? Well, Etsy started in 2005, and in the first year they took $1 million. It's all in US dollars, obviously it's an American company. So the figures are in dollars. So $1 million in 2005. Now, the interesting thing is that Etsy has grown every single year since it started. By 2013, their sales were up to $1.35 billion. That's a bit of a jump. By 2019, when eBay were starting to decline, their sales had gone up to 4.94 billion. So obviously we want to have a look at the latest figures. So what's happening now? What happened on Etsy during lockdown, during COVID? Well, I can tell you that in 2020, their sales went from 4.94 billion the previous year to 10.97 billion. Yeah, that's an increase of 107% for the sellers on Etsy. Compare that with a 16.9% increase on eBay. Big difference. And that's what I've seen. Etsy is growing massively, absolutely massively. Why else should you be selling on there? Lower fees. The fees I pay on average about 7.5% less on Etsy than I pay on eBay. And that's comparing figures in like products. So because obviously eBay is a little bit difficult to get a good idea of the pricing because they charge different fees in different categories. So I took one eBay shop, one Etsy shop selling the same items, overall 7.5% less in fees paid on Etsy. So if you actually look at your turnover or potential turnover when you start selling, if you can make an extra 7.5% profit before you even start, then you're starting to make a big difference. 7.5% of not a lot can be a difference. 7.5% of a big sales revenue is a lot of money. So that's another very good reason. And also on Etsy, I find it's much less price sensitive than eBay. So you can actually charge a higher price usually and quite happily get away with it. So you can sell for a higher price, you can make or pay less fees, so your profit margin goes up and up. And the great thing with Etsy, it might sound like a disadvantage, but unlike eBay, there's no auctions, there's no offers. The price you put something on for is the price people pay. So what else? The fact that you can't sell new items on Etsy is a myth. And I'll do a video on that soon. So subscribe and you'll get notified when that one goes up. But you can sell new items on Etsy. Thousands and thousands of people sell new items. And you don't be fooled by Etsy marketing itself as a vintage and handmade market. It certainly is. But there are literally thousands of brand new items you can source at trade price and resell on Etsy. And well, what's the other reason you should be on there? Well, one word, and this is one of my big tips to selling on Etsy, is branding. Again, I'm going to cover this in a new video coming up. Branding, what am I talking about? Well, back in my early days, I had a background in advertising and marketing, so I know a little bit about this. And the great thing about Etsy compared with other marketplaces is that you can actually brand yourself on there. You can build a branded business and become a recognizable name. And it's a great springboard to go on to other things. Lots of ways you can do that. As I said, I'm going to cover that in another video. So just to recap, why sell on Etsy? Well, there's 19.75 million buyers to every seller. Wouldn't you like to get 19.75 potential buyers? It's the third largest marketplace in the UK. You've got lower fees, you've got the potential to make great profit margins, and you can brand your business and really build it into a super successful business. I hope you found that useful. Don't forget to subscribe, tick off the bell or mark the bell on there, and then you'll get notified when the next video's on. A new video every week. So I'll see you soon. Here's to your success on Etsy. Bye!